morning, Adoption Warrior family. Today, I want to come to you with a topic, the cost of adoption. But as always, I want to read to you this Bible verse that I chose for today. And it comes from 1 Timothy 6:17. Charge them that are rich in this world that they be not high minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God giveth us all things to enjoy. So, today I wanted to talk about it's something that it kind of bothers me sometimes when I see it in different settings or conversations I have with different people, whether it's organization or a personal conversation, and that is in the cost of adoption. So I'm going to run down a few things that I thought about and I looked up to give you some numbers and some insights about the cost of adoption. So, and the cost of adoption, it ranges so the range is so wide. So overall, the cost of adoption can go from 20,000 to 45,000, and the international cost of adoption can go from 15,000 to $50,000. And I know the numbers are so wide, like it's almost crazy that the numbers are so wide, I'm not quite sure why it would be so drastically different. The other one is foster to adopt is sometimes 2,600 to free, depending on the situation. And I know that it seems like a lot of the families go through the foster to adopt. They turn out to foster the kids, and they just fall in love with them, and they want to keep them, and they want to go ahead and adopt them. And I think that's just a blessing and a great way to do it that way. And it kind of gets you to get to know the child and vice versa. And I believe it's just a good connection to doing it that way. Because there are some instances that parents do adopt kids and they find out that it doesn't work. They don't have a good chemistry there. The child is too much for that parent or that home to take care of them, and they end up giving them back to the system. And to me, I think that's one of the saddest things that can happen through adoption, and it has happened. And I've seen it happen, and personally talked to people that has happened to. And that's one of the things that we really want to get away from through adoption. So I know it's a little bit sidetrack off of what our topic is, but I just really think it's a good way to go, and it's cost efficient. The fourth one is step or second parent adoption. It's from $250 to $3,000. So either one of them two options are good options to have. And one of the things that really bothered me is that it costs so much to adopt, and there's so many children that are wanting to be adopted. They're needing a home. The placement homes are getting full. The orphanages are getting full. Children not being adopted, the number is rising higher and higher. And I think that maybe one of the reasons is because it costs so much. And a person could argue for the reason that it costs so much, and some of the reasons are good, some are just maybe are just not that great. There are grants and fundings that can assist the cost for adoption. There's also adoption credit that can go up to $16,000. Because when you come to think about for adoption, you got the legal fees, you got the agency fees, you got the birth mother expenses, you got home studies, you have admin costs, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's so much that goes into play for a child being adopted. And what I would like to see, and even when I get into working with legislative laws and stuff like that, policies, that's something that I hope that I can assist and help and change. to bring down the cost of the legal fees, these home studies, agency costs, and stuff like that. And I really want them, the agencies and the lawyer fees and all these other fees, to really think about what it is that they're doing, who are they helping, and for what cause. Because I really believe that these prices can be brought down. It's not necessary to be so high, and also you're helping a child that is in need. Because I just came into contact with one person in the agency, and they weren't really interested in assisting in adoption stuff, just because the numbers weren't right, the price wasn't right. There was nothing in that for them. And to me, that's really, really discouraging, because it's not about the money at all. It's adoptions. It's not about money. It's about human life that we're talking about. It's your future. It's their future that we're talking about. And so many not so many, some foster homes, some agencies, some lawyers, they're into it for money, and it just that's one thing that really, really bothers me so much, and I see it happening so often that um, it's just, hey, what is in for me, or how much can I make from it, or how much publicity can I get from this? And I feel that that's something that I really or foster homes. I've been in placement homes that they look horrible. They just look bad. The living situation is bad. But that placement home is still collecting money from the fundings, from the government funding, and I think that they should be somebody should hold them accountable and check in and see what is going on. Where is this money going in that they are saying that we're using for adoption, or we're using for this child for placement home and so forth? Or we need extra money just to care for this child because he's so much of a troublemaker. But there's no extra person. They're just collecting that extra money. And for legislative reasons and policy reasons, I really want to dive into that and connect with our lawmakers and CPS and whoever it is that needs to be held reliable or be in contact to change that, to make it a safer environment, to make the cost go down. I feel like you're investing more into, and sometimes you have to invest more into the person and then just money. Money is going to come and go. That child or that person that child is going to turn into an adult. That adult's going to turn into a grandparent, a great grandparent, aunt, uncle. They're going to turn into somebody. And to exchange that for a price, to me, is just outrageous, and it's ridiculous to me. Here are some of the funding places that may help you. It's called A Child Awaits, National Adoption Foundation, A Gift of Adoption, even crowdfunding. Get your family on board. Let them know that you want to adopt a child. This is what the cost will be. Be very transparent when it comes to crowdfunding, so they know exactly what you're doing with the money. They know where it's going for. Keep them update. Put little stories in there about the child. Not giving too much information, but some information. To see the child that you want to adopt, and give them the reason why. To foster a child, to place a child, any of that should never be for money, for any reason. Otherwise, I believe that you're doing it for a wrong reason. And I just pray that at some point there'll be accountability, and there'll be some maybe home visits, or somebody get involved with the government to wherever these foundations are coming from, whether if they're sponsors or something like that. Even for the sponsors, I feel like they should go out and see where the money is going to these foster homes, these adoption homes, even if they're allowed to. and see where the money's going and make sure that people are being held accountable and it's just not a way to make money. And I can't say it over and over again that I've seen it over and over happen over and over again that it's about money. And I feel like it's extremely disgusting to me that you have an innocent child out there that's looking for a home, looking for somebody to love, but then they have somebody on the other end looking to see what they can get out of that. And so, as you consider adopting, I'm going to have faith that everybody does it for a good reason. Um, but just to be careful and just to be a mindful note, make sure that the person's heart is in the right place. They're doing it for the right reason. Yes, it does cost money to do these things for these kids and to make sure they're fed and clothed and that the lawyer stuff have um, the right things that they need and for the judge and all the other stuff. Yes, it does cost money, but 20 to 45,000 is just ridiculous. And so I pray that this was a mindful podcast for you guys. As you can tell, it's something I'm very passionate about. And if there's always comments you can or other foundations that you know about or something like that, always put it in the comments. I'm always learning new things and wanting to pass them down in my podcast. But in the meantime, never be a stranger to a child in need. I will talk to you soon.